The main thrust through all of this section is that we have salvation through faith and that there's nothing added to that faith. We're justified by faith in Jesus, the belief of Jesus Christ, not by any type of works or addition to that would be added to that. Let me give a quick illustration. An illustration is that here you have somebody that is hanging over the abyss and it's going to fall to their death, and they're hanging on to a chain that's tied off to something else, a stump or something else. Their safety and salvation is only as strong as any of those links in that chain. If there's one link that breaks, then they're doomed to death in the abyss. That chain is the same thing as the law. If one law is broken, the whole chain is broken. That's juxtaposed to belief in Jesus Christ, where you're hanging over the abyss and you're hanging on to the hand of Jesus Christ who lifts you out of that abyss. So what Paul is giving a description here is, think of it this way. They want to come in and add a chain between Jesus's hand and your hand. And now all of a sudden you're back to hanging on to the chain, even though it's attached to Jesus. And if you break one of those links, you're going to go off into the abyss again. So this is what Paul is talking about by adding anything to just belief and faith in Jesus Christ. If you do that, you've placed yourself back under in a precarious situation of depending upon the chain and the law and the links versus the salvation through Jesus Christ alone.
Yes, you got it exactly right. Simply because the main thrust of the entire book is the same thing, and he keeps repeating it over and over again. And he keeps on the same theme, is that we are not saved by doing things. We are not saved by works. And he picks up on that theme here. So let's start walking through this. Verse 15 says, we are Jews by nature and not sinners from among the Gentiles. And Steve, I don't think he's equating sinners and Gentile here. I think grammatically in the sentence, the Gentiles are the larger group and sinners, it says among the Gentiles. But we all know it's not, it's a quibbling without a difference, simply because all have sinned and fallen short. So what he's saying there, I think, is the we is, again, what did he just get through talking about was Peter and Paul, the other apostles. The we there is the apostles. We, the apostles, are Jews by nature. And so all the apostles were all Jewish. And so they were Jews by nature and not from among the Gentiles. And so the point he's making here is about following the law. So the first lesson I think we get out of here, Steve, is that how were people in the Old Testament saved? It wasn't by following the law. That's where he's making a point here. He's saying we are Jews by nature, not sinners from among the Gentiles, nevertheless, knowing that a man is not justified by the law. So that's why he's bringing in this idea. Hey, he's saying, hey, we're Jews, but we're still not saved by keeping the law.